Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet again another live. This is really exciting, actually. It's a lot of stuff going on. We'll get into that here in a little bit. Not sure where you're hopping in the live from, whether it's TikTok, whether it's YouTube on the Shorts platform or the long platform. Unfortunately, if you are on my Shorts for YouTube, you're not going to be able to see Mons jumping in with us today. We're going to try it on TikTok, so wish me luck. I'm going to add her. Actually, let's add her in here now on TikTok and just see if I can actually find you, Mons, in our TikTok live so I can add you in here. So as soon as you join, Mons, I think the live, I can actually send a request.
Perfect.
Just have to find you, but I'm going to bring you in as well on here. And if you're joining us for the first time, be sure to hit that subscribe. Give us some love. We really appreciate doing these lives with all of you. This is our She Speaks Sneaker podcast. Mons is my co-host, and we have just been having a good time this year talking about sneakers, talking about anime, and everything in between. Sorry, Mons, I'm trying to find you here. And for some reason, you're not popping up, but hopefully you'll pop up here soon. We'll see if
I'm in here right now. I wonder if I try and request to join or something. Actually,
request to join, and let's see if that works. Actually, maybe that'll be better. Sorry, everyone. Bear with us on TikTok. We're gonna see if this works. Mons like the live. Let me see. We're adding Mons in here momentarily. Just see. Oh, that's plus host plus guest. Let's see if I do plus guest. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to invite you, Mons, on here and confirm you. See what this looks like. Okay. I don't know if we can see you on here, but now you just look like a guest. So you're just a little person down below.
Oh, here, let me just turn on my camera here.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can search for you this way and add you in as a host. Can we see you on there now? Can you see yourself?
I can see myself on here.
Oh, yeah, you're down there. Okay, great. Okay, you're smaller.
Here we go.
All right, everyone. So we have Mons with us on every platform, basically. So welcome in. It's good to see you, everyone. How's everyone been? I know it's been a couple weeks since Mons and I hopped in here, but we're happy to be back talking about sneakers. I had a really crazy weekend, Mons. I'm so sore. I can barely move my body, everyone. So I actually flew out to Catalina Island with Lionsgate for a new film coming out. If you guys haven't already seen the trailer, Arthur the King. We went on this crazy expedition on Catalina Island, and we literally went through it. Like, if you guys know who Bear Grylls is, I got a book too, actually. I've been a fan of Bears for a very long time. He is like one of the most adventurous humans to exist. And he is a narrator actually on the film. And they wanted us to actually experience exactly what the actors went through. So Mark Wahlberg, who
Oh, that's cool.
plays Michael, the main character, was actually with us on my team. So Michael was kind of showing
Oh,
us
that's
how to
yeah.
survive, basically, in the
Right.
wilderness and
Mhm.
having to do these crazy activities. And we even trained what to do
Mhm.
if somebody on your team gets hurt.
Mhm.
So we literally were practicing first aid kit and then carrying a person. So I carried somebody
Right.
through the freaking wilderness on a cot, basically. And my
Yeah.
muscles felt like they were going to fall off after that. And also, we literally did
Okay.
kayaking, swam away from an actual person
Mhm.
wearing a dog suit. We had fake
Mhm.
Arthurs with us as well, so we had to take care of them through the entire trip. We went zip lining. We were actually
Yeah.
tied together with harnesses, and we
Mhm.
went through the mountains together. So if
Mhm.
one person fell, we would all fall in. We built a fire. We built
I
tents. I mean, we did everything imaginable. So after, I actually got a certificate of
Oh, nice.
completion. So this is
Congratulations.
my
Oh, that's
little
really cool. I know.
yeah. So this is my
Mhm.
certificate, everyone. And this was for completing the Bear Girls course. They actually
Mhm.
flew out a team from London.
Mhm.
So they are Bear's
Mhm.
team. They're like his right hands. And
Oh,
they
wow.
trained us. We did
Yeah.
camo, put mud all over our
Mhm. Mhm.
faces. I had my green camo going
Mhm.
on. Of course, I had my handy dandy Terex, of course. If you have not tried Adidas Terex and you need like a
Mhm.
good outdoor shoe, I literally put those sneakers to the test. They're so
Mhm.
destroyed. So destroyed, but
Okay, I like I used to do
oh,
something
and I was
good.
soaked, moms, by the
Oh.
way. In our tent, they
Oh,
basically
really?
threw water and the whole bucket landed on just me.
Uh-huh.
And it was all salt water, so that was really fun. And I was waterproof,
Oh
luckily. That
my
was another thing.
Well, that's good. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
now I know that if we end up doing an excursion, I already know that you're prepared just in case for
I
whatever may
can take care of
happen.
you,
So,
Mons. Not to
and
say
that's
that I
always
would
good
need
to know.
to, but I can wrap any injuries. I can bandage you up. I can carry you through the
Perfect.
woods. Uh,
Yeah.
not something I probably want to have to
Perfect.
do
Hey,
if
like,
I would need
we
to.
go out, you can do that. And then, since I'm doing jujitsu, then I can protect us. So
Somebody was like, I
we're
was
good to
looking
go.
like Laura Croft. Yeah, I did not feel as pretty as Laura Croft. Let
Uh-huh.
me tell you. As soon as that salt water hit me, I felt like I had icicles all over my body. But honestly,
I
like,
can see
it
you
didn't
getting your
matter.
eyes rolled.
Yeah, and then I had a
Yeah.
s'mores in my mouth, Mons, the whole time because we had just made s'mores and they were like, get in the tent, get in the tent. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do with the s'mores? So I had to hold on to a
Yeah.
pole while I had the s'mores in my mouth. And then the water fell all over my s'mores. So it was like a
Oh
soggy
no.
s'mores.
Oh my gosh, that would make me so sad.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was really sad.
Mhm.
Honestly, it was but you know what? I was really excited to be put through that. I feel like I needed something like that in my life and I met some amazing incredible
Yeah.
people. I was on team 1. They didn't really
Mhm.
tell us what team 1, but I'm pretty sure that was us. We were known as the
Right.
Catalina Wine Mixers was our name. The other team's name was
Ooh, I love
Wolf. Wolf. That was their
Wolf.
name. Like Wolf. That was it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
So I
mean,
thought we were being
I feel like you
unique.
guys went with your team name alone because you can't go wrong with Catalina Wine Mixer, especially since
Exactly.
that's definitely what I think of when I think of Catalina Island. So, yeah, 10 out of 10 for that naming portion, and I'm sure you won for sure.
Catalina wine mixer. Yeah. And it's, if you haven't been to Catalina Island, by the way, and you live in California, it's like the perfect,
Mhm.
I don't know, have you been, Mons, to Catalina Island before? It's pretty close to you.
Surprisingly, for however long I've lived in Southern California, I haven't, and it's just a drive up for me, and then you take the boat over and whatnot. But
Hmm.
yeah, I haven't been there yet. But one of these days, I will make it out there just for like a cute little day trip.
Yeah.
Um,
Catalina, it honestly,
was it your
it
first
kind of felt like mini Hawaii. You're going to go there and be like, wow, this feels like
Mhm.
we're in the tropics or something. I literally
Right.
felt like I was
Mhm.
not actually in California. Like I felt like we had maybe
Yeah.
traveled the distance to go to
Mhm.
Hawaii, which I wouldn't have minded as well.
Right.
But it was
Yeah,
nice.
that's
It was a nice little couple date trip
mhm.
and it was a cute little town. They had cute little bars as well. We all had like really cute straw hats that we got at this one bar. It was like a little tiki lounge, super cute. And all the hotels are really cool. I
Cute.
I didn't know that
Yeah.
The Wrigley family actually owned that island at one point. Wrigley Gum.
Oh,
You know what I'm
I
talking
heard that.
about?
Hmm.
Yeah, so the Wrigley
Yeah.
family used to own
Mhm.
100% of the island. Now they actually, I think, just own 1% of it because I think they
Oh,
actually
okay.
donated it. But it's a beautiful
Hmm.
island. They've got just
Yeah.
so much, actually, surprisingly, a lot of stuff to do. We went when it was a little bit cooler, but I can see that it's definitely like a really nice beach
Right.
town to go to. Nice little quick getaway.
Definitely.
But definitely,
Yeah,
everyone,
that's
go
always
and check
nice.
out Arthur the King when it does initially or officially release. It's the story is just so
Mhm.
inspiring and so incredible, and especially if you're a dog lover like myself,
Mhm.
it's just such an incredible story to know
Mhm.
about a dog who really bonded with a team and traveled this crazy distance alongside of them on this journey and
Mhm.
competition that they were on. Because at some point, you would think, like one time, I actually made friends with a dog when I was in Cuba. I named her Lola, and it was on a photo shoot. And this little Chihuahua actually followed us
Mhm.
everywhere we went. And she was a homeless dog because in
Mhm.
Cuba, there's just a lot of just stray dogs running around. And I
Right.
literally
Mhm.
cried when we had to leave her because she literally would come into my tent while I was dressing and changing. And anytime I would get out of my
Mhm.
tent to shoot the shot, she would follow me. So it was really
Mhm.
sad when I had to say goodbye to her. But I asked, I was like, how hard is it for me to take her back to the US? And they just made it
Yeah.
seem like it was going to be like the most difficult thing in the world to do. But was really just,
Yeah.
there's something about like a dog bonding with you, especially if it's a stray dog. What's
Absolutely.
good, Piglet? You
Yeah.
9 months of membership. I love it.
Mhm.
Congratulations, Piglet, for being such a hardcore, longtime member of the Shade community. We really appreciate you. Again, for those
Mhm.
of you who are jumping on board with us, whether you're on YouTube or any of other platforms that we're streaming on, TikTok,
Mhm.
Twitter, we've got Mons with us today, and we're going to be talking about some sneakers here in a moment. I know you're also going to be getting ready to go to Asia soon. I'm leaving in 2 days to go to Austin
Mhm.
for South by Southwest, so you guys may not
Mhm.
see Mons and I together for a couple weeks, but we'll have tons to talk
Yeah.
about when you're back.
Yeah, we will have tons to talk about. And like Marissa said, I will be out for the next few weeks. But I'm very excited to share like all of my adventures, all the food that I'm really excited to indulge in, and of course, all of the shopping that's going to come along with it. So if you do happen to follow me though on my other socials, I'll try to do my best to kind of keep everything in real time with where I'm visiting and, where I'm eating and stuff like that. So you can kind of just get an idea of where I'm at and what I'm doing. So yeah, unfortunately, we won't be together in the next couple of
Take
weeks,
me
but
with you,
we'll get back
Mons.
to
Put
work.
me in your suitcase. I'll find a way be smuggled in with you.
Yeah, I mean, um, I think you should just come along because I can never turn down a trip to Asia or anywhere in Asia in general. So, I mean, everyone deserves a good vacation. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when I'm going to have time this year to take a vacation, but I feel like I try to make my work
Mhm.
trips. Like, I try to leave a little bit of downtime to just
Yeah,
enjoy myself a little bit. So, hopefully, one of
absolutely.
these months, I'll be able to just take a
Mhm.
free trip where I don't have to worry about creating
Yeah.
content, but it's just so hard, so busy. But yeah,
No,
I mean,
it's tough when you have to do, or when I feel like content becomes a part of your daily life. It kind of gets difficult to separate the both or like, those two things. But I
hmm
think it's really important that you do that, not just for content and stuff, but just for yourself, because we all need, those mental vacations as well, just to kind of relax and reset.
hmm
And yeah, I hope, if you end up planning something, let me know because I'm planning to go on a few other trips this year as well. So it's going to be
Piglet
a
says I
year
need
of
to go to
travel for sure.
Korea. Yeah, Piglet, I'm down. Send me a flight and I will
Yeah.
be there in a second. I would love to go to Korea. I love Korean food. I love K-pop. I love Korean films. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, I definitely, maybe in the future, Mons, we can plan a fun like
Yeah,
trip and create some sneaker content or something in Asia one of these days. And we have to go to the
that would be
Philippines together. That would be insane.
so fun. think
Well,
it's mandatory we go to the Philippines. There's like, I'm pretty sure, as you know, there's such a great sneaker community out there as well.
huge sneaker
And I've
community.
had, an opportunity to kind of just like be friends with some of them out there. They're just so kind and very tight knit community. So I think that would be really fun for us to check out at some point.
Yeah, no, definitely. Piglet's asking as well about Shogun. I don't know if you've seen Shogun yet, but it is insanely good.
I
If
have.
you have not started
It's so good.
Shogun,
I
turn on
already
your
know.
TVs right
Yeah.
now. I mean, after this live, don't turn it on now. After this live, go and watch Shogun. It is so good. It's been a
It
while
is
since I feel
super,
like it's
super
like the
good.
total package, but I'm so excited for this
Yes.
series. I really am.
Hmm.
Never gonna make sneaker content. You girls are
Very
gonna be by the beach. Maybe we can bring our sneakers on
actually,
the beach. I don't know.
surprisingly enough, whenever I go home and I visit, it's only so often I actually end up going to the beach. Like unless my family and I has specifically planned to go to like Palawan, for example, or Boracay or Siargao Island, like I am in the city. You will catch me in the city, for the most part in Manila and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, gotta go to the motherland and visit here and there. And um, yeah, I mean, it'll be a good opportunity for sure.
Yeah, I'm really excited actually. Let me see. Everybody says there's an echo on TikTok,
Oh,
so
there's
I'm
an
gonna
echo.
see.
Okay, I
Not on
figured so.
you, just on me. So hopefully, I just like
Oh,
silenced both of the phones. So hopefully, let me take my earpiece out for a second and see if I can even hear anything. I don't actually hear anything. So hopefully that fixed the problem a little bit. The
let
feedback
us
may
know
be
though
coming
if
from
it's
Mon's
still
side. It may be coming from
triggering.
your
Okay,
side,
that's what.
Mons.
Yeah, let me try and put it on headphones
So
as well.
just
Give me a second.
see if you
I think
can
that
put
might be
on
why.
headphones. Yeah, just because everybody sounds like they're hearing your feedback on TikTok, but everybody's good on the YouTube side of things. And we had a couple recent releases, so I definitely want to let all of you know what I picked up, and definitely want to hear from all of you as well. What did you snag this week, and what you're looking forward for the rest of the month? I know that things. Okay, cool. Everybody's saying it's better, Mon. So I think the
Better.
feedback
Okay,
is
so
yeah,
I'm
the
pretty
feedback is
sure
good.
I think I might. Yeah. Okay, the feedback's better. Okay, good.
Okay, good. Okay,
It's
everybody says it's better.
good.
Okay,
Okay.
great. We're good on TikTok,
Crisis
everyone. Thank
averted.
you for letting me know. This is our first
Yes.
live together streaming on TikTok, so thank you for bearing with us. We are going to get all the practice
Yeah.
runs in, and we'll be perfect on all platforms. And hopefully, our next live Mons, we can also
Mhm.
stream on Instagram, so you guys can also
I
check
know.
us out over there. But you didn't pick anything up, Moha. You paid for rent. I mean, that's smart. Rent's always a good thing to focus on. Number one.
Yeah.
One of the things I definitely want to show is my
Mhm.
Jacquemus Nike swoosh bag
I was
came
just gonna
in.
ask you about it.
Definitely taking
Yay!
this one on my
I can't wait
trip.
to see it. Let's see it.
So it comes in this really cool duster bag. Always love a
Mhm.
good duster bag because when you're traveling, I feel like you don't realize how important
Mhm.
duster bags are until you travel, and then you realize like these are actually useful and
Oh,
really essential.
absolutely.
So I got the
Yes.
cream colorway. I wasn't sure
Mhm.
exactly which color I wanted to go with. Let me just like bring this up close so everyone can kind of see
Very
it, the
cute.
detailing and
Oh my
everything.
gosh, I love it.
But
Mhm.
yeah, so this, had the gold detailing on it. The other colorways actually had silver
Mhm.
details. So that's why I kind of was a
Mhm.
little bit
Right.
more drawn
Mhm.
to this one, even though I do wear a lot of silver jewelry too.
Mhm.
But also, remember I was
Right.
telling you, Mons, I wasn't sure if that one colorway was going to be really brown in person.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
yeah, I'm
Mhm.
really, really excited with the look and feel of this. This actually will fit, I feel like, a decent amount of stuff in it. I've yet to actually see if my phone will fit. I think it actually will.
Yeah,
But it's
let's see.
actually
Yes.
deeper than I would try and show you if
Mhm.
it fits now, but my phone is
Yeah.
streaming. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, I can't show you. There's not really any like additional pockets in here, but I
I
feel
see.
like you can actually fit a decent amount. And my phone, I think, will fit in the back
Mhm.
portion of the swoosh mark. Nike
That's what
Nike
it
wasn't
looks like.
clearly thinking about that for us, Mons, if whether or not in the future they would make a bag that would fit our cell phones in it.
That's I
Piglet's
think
like, how
that's
are you
the
gonna
only
carry your
thing that
girl
deterred
stuff?
me from getting it. Yeah, but I
Piglet,
did see videos
I
of,
can carry like 8 lip
some other
glosses in
people get
here.
it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I did see some people kind of post what they're able to fit, and I will say they fit a lot of a lot of things in there. You know, like some lip products, hand sanitizer. I saw like a card case fits in there too. So I feel like if you just have to maneuver it a little bit, you can definitely carry a solid
Yeah.
amount of things, especially if it's just essentials that you're
Let me
trying to
see.
carry.
Figure out. Excuse me. I'm like, what can I try and fit in here? that. So here's a water bottle, everyone. I'm just gonna like test this out and see like
Yeah,
how large this is and whether it'll
right.
actually fit this. So this is a
Mhm.
full on water bottle, and it actually is fully in here, just to kind of give you an idea of like the sizing of this. So it fits a full water
Let's
bottle
see
in
what
it.
actually fit in there.
Um, and then I have
Yeah.
this little plush
Mhm.
Pochita. Let's see if he fits inside of
How
here.
cute! Now you have to have it. Yeah, let's
Okay,
see. Let's
so
see.
Pochita fits except for the tail. His tail's too
So the
long,
main body
Mons.
fit. Okay, that's good.
Exactly. Yeah, but maybe we'll just leave
Oh my gosh.
his little tail hanging out. I don't know. We don't
I
have to
know,
do
right?
that.
That's exactly what it
Somebody's like,
is.
maybe just your left sneaker. I definitely would not be able to fit a sneaker inside of this. This is definitely not a
Oh, definitely not. Unless it's
somebody's like, zip it up,
like a
man.
baby or something.
Yeah,
I
I
can
don't think
imagine
he.
that fitting.
I'm like, here's a book. I definitely cannot fit a book in it. That's not happening. But, as far as
Mhm.
like headphones and
Yeah.
things like that, like this will fit easily. I mean, I honestly, sometimes when I'm
Yeah.
going out, I don't
Right.
carry that much. I need my cell phone, my wallet,
Right.
and, like a lip gloss or
Mhm.
something.
Right.
This is definitely not going to be my backpacking bag by any means. And
Definitely
I
not. But it's very cute. And
I do
it's
like the
you can
strap
adjust it, right?
too.
So it's more for
Yeah.
shoulder or crossbody. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So I think I'm
Yeah.
definitely probably going to wear this more as like a crossbody kind of shoulder bag for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Actually, you
No,
can
I
kind of
think it's gonna look
see
really
the
good.
shape of my head. Look, it's actually
Mhm.
longer than my head. So you can kind of base it off my
There
head.
you
But I do have a
go.
small head.
Yeah.
I have a very small head. Is that a Travis Scott swoosh? Yeah. So I guess we'd have to reverse it
Versus it, yeah.
basically for it to be a Travis Scott swoosh. So unfortunately, it's just a regular swoosh, or else I guess the
Like,
Jacquemus would be on the back side of the swoosh bag, but
yeah,
it's
that's
not.
true.
But yeah, I'm excited to have this bag, especially before my trip. They
Yeah.
sent these out really fast. I was actually shocked because I haven't.
I was really surprised
Yeah,
how quickly they sent them out.
yeah, I was pretty
But
shocked too.
I did see though that on the sneakers app, I believe tomorrow they're dropping more of like the apparel collection as well.
Ooh,
So I
okay.
yeah, if I'm still looking to purchase anything, it'll be
Any of the
on the
apparel
sneakers app.
pieces?
I don't know about the bag though. I only saw the clothing, so I'm not sure about the back.
Someone's like
Um,
looks like a horn or a pipe. It's
but
a Nike
hey, yeah.
swoosh. Come on, IP soldier. It's a
It's
swoosh
clearly a
mark.
swoosh.
I mean, I guess depending on how you hold it, and yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is in no question. This is a swoosh. This is definitely
Oh,
exactly
definitely.
what a
Yeah,
Nike
there's
swoosh mark
no
looks like.
debate on that one.
And I
I
think
think they
too,
did a
as a
really great job on
crossbody,
the
it's going to look
execution.
pretty sick as an actual swoosh here.
Oh, I think
Nice
so
little
too.
crossbody bag.
Yeah.
Somebody's
Yeah.
asking, did you
Very
fill out the
cute.
sneaker bracket for March Madness? Trade Block is sponsoring it. I have not seen. I don't really follow Trade
I
Block, so I don't know if you follow Trade Block, Mons,
yeah.
but I
I
definitely did
don't,
not.
but I feel like I've seen a couple of other, like it may have been that one, other sneaker brackets and
Mm.
whatnot, but I'm not sure if that's the like main one um that they're referring to.
Jared
But
Sneaker Show tried on. I
well, speaking of
probably
bags,
should do
actually,
that.
I wanted to share this last week, but I know that we kind of ran out of time as well. But since we're on the topic of bags, I thought I would share like the latest bag that I purchased. Now, I don't really share, of course, like since it's mostly She Speaks sneakers, we don't necessarily like share things like that. But
No,
I
that's cool,
think for
Mons. We
those
we share
who want
anime
to
toys all the
share, I
time too.
so I
Oh,
got
that's
this
so
little
cute.
thingy. So for those who are familiar with this collab, it's the Fendi Fragment and Pokemon collab that came out actually
Oh.
early January, and it's of course for Year of the Dragon.
Oh my
So of
gosh, that
course it had
dragon's
to be.
so cute.
So I'll give you. So Dragonite's like my favorite Pokemon. So I feel like it was meant to be that I get this bag. And the funny part is, like, this whole collection, when it came out, I was on the fence about purchasing it. If I wasn't sure if like I wanted it, just
Mm-hmm. It's Fendi. That's an
like enough
expensive
for me to
bag,
justify the
Mons.
price. Because it was really pricey. Yeah, she's a little pricey, and I actually don't own any Fendi bags. So I was like, okay, well, if
Okay.
I purchase it, at least I can add it to the collection. And so when I was in Rodeo a couple weeks ago, my husband and I went into Fendi just, just to kind of
Just to
see.
check it
Maybe they
out.
had some
Mm-hmm.
left, you never know, just to check it out. And they had this one and the smaller one with the Dratini on it left in the
Mm-hmm.
store. And it was the last one they had. They said it was the last one in the US. And I was
Oh
like,
my
okay,
gosh, the
I think
last one
this
in the
might be a sign.
US. No pressure,
Yeah,
Mons.
because
That's a
it
great
sold out super
salesperson.
quick in Asia, of course, as expected.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it made sense because I had checked the Costa Mesa store, for example. I had checked online. It was, like all sold out there. And it was a sign for me to buy the bag. So I thought I would share it with you all because it's so
I love
cute.
it. You definitely have to
And
bring that to Comic-Con. Definitely have to bring that.
yes, I think I will try and bring it well, I'm trying to bring it to Asia, but it is a little
Piglet's
bit on the
looking up the
heavier side.
price of
And
this
this is so
bag.
random.
Was this a $6,000 bag, Mons? Is Piglet on
She's
it? Was
not
that a
cheap.
what?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, the price is on there, so
Piglet, I think,
it'll
wanted
tell you
it, went and
exactly.
Googled it really quick and was
Oh
like, wait
no,
a
yeah, I was
second.
looking at other but yeah, this was the one that they had, but I wanted to show you guys this because I didn't know that I guess like some of the purses come with a little raincoat, and I'm gonna put it
Oh.
on for you guys to show it. So if it's raining outside, you kind of have like a little protective,
Oh, how cute is
coat for your
that?
purse. It's so
I mean,
cute. Like
if it's an
I don't know why
expensive
I'm like
purse,
so
that is
obsessed with it.
necessary. Oh, it fits it
It is
perfectly.
so
How cute is
necessary.
that? It's like a baby Ziploc bag, but a bougier Ziploc bag, of
Exactly.
course.
And then it has that little like Fendi on it. It is so cute. I'm obsessed with it. And I know that it is a little bit on the pricier end, but the way I see it, it's more of like a collector's item for me. And I use all my bags the same way I use all my shoes. So it's not
Yeah.
like I purchased it just for the sake of it, but really
You
just to get
deserve
some
it,
use out
Mons.
of
You
it.
work
And
hard.
yeah.
Don't even feel like you should feel bad in this situation. You
Oh
work
no,
hard.
trust
You
me, I don't feel
deserve
bad
it.
about it.
Don't let
I
Piglet
definitely don't
detour
feel
you.
bad about the purchase.
We got some people who
Oh
say
no,
that's a
definitely
dope
not.
purse. So, yeah.
Thank
Mark,
you,
what are
thank
you up
you.
to? I miss you. Haven't seen you in forever, Mark. Thanks for jumping on my live on TikTok. Didn't even know you were on here. I'm going to have to follow you over there. But yeah, I love the bag. So, Mons and I both splurged a little bit. Mons splurged a little bit more than me, but, and your bag can also carry a bit more than my bag. So, it makes more sense. See this girl math that
I
I
would say I
have?
also, yeah. I definitely
The,
bought it for the practicality for sure. So, I mean, happy with my purchase, and yeah, just thought I'd share it with everybody.
I love
But
it. I
with that
really
being
do.
said, any any sneaker pickups that you have gotten since the last time we spoke for
Yeah, I mean, I
today?
definitely had a lot. I feel like I actually didn't even show. Did I show my
Mhm.
Nesquik laces? I don't even know. I feel like I didn't show those
No, I don't
last
think
time.
so.
Let me grab these. I think I forgot to talk about these, but I actually got some Nesquik
Oh, those are cute.
laces, but they smell like strawberry. And I've kind of been obsessed with this actually. I keep bringing these out.
Oh, it's
Anybody
with the
like
strawberry
strawberry
milk.
milk?
That's the best
Because
flavor.
this
That
is
is the best
definitely
flavor.
really smells amazing. I'm gonna have to test those out.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I picked up a couple pairs of sneakers recently, actually, pretty much this
Okay.
weekend. For those of you who are Fear of God fans, uh, oh yeah. So I also got a chocolate milk candle. I don't have it right now, but I also have a Nesquik chocolate milk
Ooh.
candle. So my apartment's gonna start smelling like milk, different
Yes,
flavors
when
of
you bring
milk.
it, I'm curious to know if it smells exactly like Nesquik chocolate
Right.
milk.
And like, yeah, it's Nesquik is really savvy with all of these kind of cool things. What's up, Chalupa
Oh,
Batman?
for
Good to see
sure.
you in here. But so yeah, so going back to Fear of God, of course, I feel like we've been waiting so long for Jerry just to drop a collab with Adidas. So it's kind of
That's
one of those
something.
things
Right.
where when it like comes out, we're just like, oh, okay. Because I think we got so like used to just waiting and waiting and waiting, expecting really nothing to come out.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
finally, I got
Right.
a brand new silhouette that I haven't tried out before. This is the Los Angeles
Nice.
Runner. And so
Mhm.
I wasn't really sure exactly what size range to get because, sometimes Adidas is all
Mhm.
over with their sizes. Very,
It
very
is. Yeah.
symbolic of Jerry and the Essentials brand. This is, his kind of
Mhm.
monochromatic color scheme. This is the
Right.
clay colorway. So the original first drop
Mhm.
was the sesame tone. Little
Mhm.
slightly different. Sometimes I feel like with Jerry,
Mhm.
when he comes out with colors, I feel like you have to have them next to each other to really see the clear difference
Just so you can
because
see the difference, right?
you don't,
Because
you know what I
everything is so
mean?
close to each other. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's
I totally
sometimes
agree.
it's hard. It's like almost with like Yeezy colors sometimes too. It's like this name is
Right.
kind of the same name, but it's slightly different. And then without
Yeah,
having
it's
them
like,
side by
"Oh, this
side,
other color with it."
yeah,
Yeah.
like you wouldn't
Mhm.
be able to tell the color difference. But this also
Mhm.
came in a basketball sneaker, so you could
Oh, I did
either
see that.
get this variation or you could
Mhm.
get the basketball variation.
Mhm.
I opted out of getting the basketball variation just because clearly
Mhm.
I'm as a lifestyle person and I like to style my
Mhm.
sneakers a little
Right.
bit more with a lifestyle fit. I felt like this was very modern looking and they really
Mhm.
like went back to the archives to bring,
Mhm.
some different inspirations in the design and feel of this. But I think they did a good job for
Right.
just a clean looking sneaker.
Mhm.
Again, if you have like a ton of essentials pieces, this is definitely something that's going to match, which I think is great because I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of people have invested a lot of
Mhm.
money into Jerry's essential line. So that's where I'm always
Mhm.
kind of on the fence of like, do I really need his essential collaborations when he does them with Adidas? Just because I have already so much
Right.
essential stuff
That's
at the
true.
end of the day, so it's just
Yeah.
kind of subtle
Right.
differences. But I feel like I'd rather
Right.
save my money on the capsule collection pieces, their clothing, and spend my money
Yeah.
on his sneakers to just kind of like coordinate them. But overall, this is a really
Yeah.
comfy shoe. Let me show you kind of like
Mhm.
the suede texture. So, of course,
Yeah.
Jerry always at least gives us,
Mhm.
like high quality materials. So, you are spending a
Mhm.
little bit
Right.
on these more than
Mhm.
like the average sneaker, but some really cool
Right.
tracking on the bottom of the midsole here. Sorry, there.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like, let
think
me.
it's really cool. Mhm.
But yeah, and I went up a half
Mhm.
size on these ones, and I feel like they fit me perfect.
Oh, okay.
I always get
Nice.
nervous sometimes because, as you guys know, Adidas has basically
Right.
started to hold your money. And especially for certain things. But this one was an
Oh,
actual
man.
draw that I was so thankful for just because I was just like, I'm
Mhm.
not going to play the game of trying to
Right.
go for a raffle and just not really knowing whether or not
Mhm.
they're going to hold your money because you took an L on it. So I'm glad that they decided to go with
Yep.
just a quick draw on these ones as opposed to that. They look
Mhm.
like Alexander McQueen's and K Swiss all in one. I could see that. I do like how,
I can see
the
these
toe
for
box
sure.
is more of a
Mhm.
pointy kind of feel. So I feel like it does
Yeah.
give this
Mhm.
more of a dressier kind of look. So when you
Yeah.
see kind of Jerry
Mhm.
styling his stuff, I always feel like he
Mhm.
styles his sneakers or his clothes in a way where it's like, you can wear this
Mhm.
casually or you can wear this to an event because anytime you see him on the
But
red
still
carpet,
elevated.
yeah, like
Right.
still elevated and luxe,
Yeah.
which is
Mhm.
important.
Yes.
Reason why I think he
Mhm.
has to use these more expensive materials, which is great, but also, the price
Mhm.
point can be a little bit higher
Right.
than, what you expect. And the basketball sneaker
That's
looks
true.
really clean too. I think that,
Mhm.
he's
Mhm.
really just kind of, I guess, sticking with what he's known for. I don't feel like Jerry ever like
Right.
goes crazy with certain things where it'd be like, oh wow, this is not
Mhm.
symbolic of like
Mhm.
who he is, which is kind of nice. I guess you're kind
True.
of expecting and knowing what you're going to get from him. But yeah,
That's
overall,
true.
like I like the silhouette. I think it's really comfy, and especially if you're
Mhm.
somebody who is a
Mhm.
fan of Jerry's, you've been shopping and buying essentials,
Mhm.
for a long time, and you
Mhm.
really want to kind of stick with like the brand, because I know there are some purists who want to
Mhm.
wear things head to toe, that are by that
Absolutely.
brand. And maybe you don't want
Yes.
to wear
Mhm.
just Adidas sweats with this. Maybe it's you have to
Yeah.
wear essentials paired with this. If that's the
Mhm.
type of person you are, I think you should give this, silhouette a try. I think that it is, again,
Mhm.
just really cozy. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I agree. And I mean, like you said about it being his signature, I feel like if that's the thing that you're looking for, that this is the expectation that you have from him, then great. I
Mm-hmm.
think, it's definitely right up your
Ooh.
alley. But at least for me,
Matches
I
my
always want
bag, even
something
though this
fresh
is off
and new
brand,
that's
but
yeah, exactly. Very color coordinated. I love it. But I feel like sometimes I do want to see just something a little bit more outside the box. Still true to like the designer, but just something different. Just to kind of
yeah.
keep things exciting, but still like within what you're known for and like I guess just trying to find that balance between the both
Yeah. I
or
think
both
what
of
we're
those
going to see a
things. I
lot
mean,
this year
yes.
actually is some other really cool
Mhm.
collaborations with
Mhm.
Adidas's collaborators
Mhm.
outside of Jerry. Like, I think they're bringing on some insane people this year.
Mhm.
And I think it's really going to just diversify and change up like
Mhm.
different designers that we're known to seeing doing, different
Mhm.
things with shoes. Like, I'm really excited
Yeah.
actually to see what Edison Chen does this year. I think that
Mhm.
like he really
Yeah.
pushes the limits with like
Yeah.
changing and reformulating what a sneaker can look like. And I think the
Yes. Mhm.
superstar that he recently released with that
Yeah.
lug chunky sole was
Yeah.
just something
Mhm.
that like it's crazy to think, but like nobody's thought to kind of combine the two into a dressier
True.
styled sneaker.
Right.
And so I enjoy designers when they're not just changing
Mhm.
colors necessarily, but they're
Right.
actually designing and recreating
Mhm.
these silhouettes and adding these
Mhm.
textures and colors and
Mhm.
materials that like we would never expect to see on an actual sneaker. They're
Mhm.
really like just pushing the limits
Mhm.
in a place where it's like people are
Yeah.
either going to hate it or love it, but they're taking that risk
Yeah.
and putting themselves out there to the point where it's like
Exactly.
I have to trust myself and my designs and my concepts
Mhm.
and love them. And I'm
Yeah.
hoping, at the end
Right.
of the day, people will
Mhm.
love them too. Are you
Yeah,
guys going to
exactly.
cop
And it
the Yeezy
resonates
slides
with
and
the
foam
writing or
runners?
with the right people that you're looking for.
Somebody's asking, Mons, if we are trying to cop the Yeezy slides and foam runners. So the colorway that just came out, which is crazy, it again has a different name, Mons, but like
Mhm.
I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure I have that same color. Like every
Yeah.
time I see photos of slides and foam
I'm
runners, I'm just
pretty sure
like,
too.
do I have this color? And then I get it in person. I'm
They
like,
always
okay,
look
it's subtly different.
yeah.
It is
Yeah,
subtly
it's always
different.
slightly different. At least
Mm-hmm.
for me, I will not be I mean, I already have a pair of slides. I have
Yeah.
the resin colorway, that like really pretty green one, and I love it.
I have
I don't
two
need
pairs
more
of
than one.
that one, Mons. Because I destroyed my
That
resins.
it is so good.
I love my slides. I think at
Yeah,
this point,
I
like
love that color very, very
that color is a great color. Like if you don't have a dark color,
mhm.
and like I
It
destroyed
is.
my lighter shade
Yeah,
slides, so I decided to get a
yeah.
darker shade just to have
Mhm,
like another option where
mhm.
if I destroy it on a trip, I don't
Yeah,
have to like worry about cleaning or anything like
yeah.
that. But if you already have a slide
Right,
that's
right.
within that color range, after I've bought so
Mhm,
many color variations, I just feel like
mhm.
you have to have them side by side in different lights because you would
Yeah,
never be able to tell the difference from the slate options. There's just so many.
that's true.
Somebody's going for the
Exactly, or
slides for
like
your
even,
nephew.
nice. Yeah, I think
Delete.
honestly, I think they're a great gift because it is so probably the most comfortable slides that I own, to be honest. Like aside from Crocs, like Crocs, I feel like can be in its own category. But in terms of just like on the go, like very great for travel and just like running errands, I really love my slides, but I don't feel like I need more than one. In terms of the foam runners, I don't know if it's just me, but it never, so I got one pair and it just never fit me right. I don't know if it's because my ankles, I don't know, like it would rub against my ankles for some reason. So I didn't really feel the comfort of them. Like they were, the same kind of material as the slides and whatnot. But in terms of like comfort for me, it just didn't work out, unfortunately. So at least from my standpoint, I will not be purchasing them, but only because they just don't fit with the anatomy of my feet.
I
It just,
mean,
didn't work out.
sometimes that's how it has to happen.
Yeah. Hmm.
It
But are you going to
really
be
is.
purchasing?
I don't think so. I mean, I think I'm
Mhm.
kind of tapped out. I think I have every single color variation Mons.
Right. Yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, we only ever need so many of those, and yeah, like they're fun and things like that, but I feel like it's one of those where I'm very content with just the ones that I have.
But as far as the box goes too, I think Jerry's killing it
Mhm.
on, some of
Yeah,
these boxes and things like that.
right.
But it's like it's one of those things where, I feel like Jerry at least gives you the full packaging and everything. And
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, other than that, I think the only other pickup was a Jordan. It's been kind of slow and just weird this year.
Yeah,
I
it
think we
has
talked
been.
about that right earlier
Mhm.
on our last live,
We
right, Mons?
did. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it has been pretty slow. The only pickup that I've gotten that's released this year, like we talked about last week, was the Bread for Reimagined. But in terms of another sneaker pickup that I ended up getting from this past week, actually came out like last year. And it was this one. I'm gonna share it really quick if it shows up. So it's the Above the Clouds A6 GT 2160. Um, for those who have been watching our lives for a while know that I love green, or I have been loving green for some time now. So I thought
Mm-hmm.
I would add another silhouette that I don't have into my collection. And I just overall really love this pair and just the materials that they use on the upper. And I really love just kind of like this translucent green on the sole itself. I don't know if you can see it's getting washed out by the light. Um, but I wore them out. Fantastic. I love how comfortable this pair is. And I think this is one of the pairs that I'm actually going to be packing for my trip.
Nice, a
And
good all over walking day shoe.
yes, exactly. So I think I'm trying my best to only bring two pairs of sneakers because I'm already anticipating all the shopping I'll be doing. But this is definitely going to be a contender for sure. And then maybe another like neutral sneaker as well to kind of bring
Okay,
along for the trip because why not?
very
But yeah,
nice.
that's the only other sneaker that I've gotten recently. But there are some like sneak peeks of ones that kind of came out today that I'm actually very, very excited for.
Ooh, do tell. Which
To
ones? For those of you who can't see
so
Mons on the other app, by the way, I'm going to try and translate as well because I know it's
oh
like
yeah, I
silent.
know
So
we
if
will
I
try and
sound
get
like
there.
I'm cutting Mons off sometimes, I'm not doing it intentfully. It's because I'm trying to not have radio silence on the other platforms where you can't see her. But she picked up the
Mhm,
Asics recently,
mhm,
and
mhm.
she's really excited about that pair. She's been bringing it to
Yes.
Japan. You always need a good walking sneaker.
Yep.
But yeah, what are some pairs that popped up on your radar, Mons?
So, for those who have been following Kith, as you know, I'm a fan as well. The Kith 1906 that's coming out, I believe. I
Ah.
saw that the women's flagship store will be receiving them on the 8th, but they are going to be available like on the website and, other ways on the 11th. So that's
Mm-hmm.
probably going to be in terms of the near future, a pair that I'm trying to cop has all the colors that are definitely some of my favorites. So I'm looking forward to that.
Kith
Another one
1906 is what
is
Mons is looking for
yes,
everyone forward to
yes.
everyone.
Mhm.
So I think they're actually doing a special women's event too,
Yeah.
in New York for. Are they doing one as well in LA? I feel like they would
I'm
be.
not I'm not sure. I feel like it's probably just gonna be the, just
Women's
regular
store.
sign up, and if you yeah, sign up in store, and if you win, that's great. But I mean, it totally makes sense that they're doing an event at the women's store because, why not?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm gonna try and test my luck. Since I am gonna be traveling to LA, since I will be flying out of LAX, I'm gonna try my best to see if I'll be able to pick up from one of the LA locations. So I will cross my fingers, see
Pushing
if I can
luck
get up
your
there.
way, Mons. You're gonna get it. I
Thank
have a
you
feeling.
so
We're
much.
gonna imagine you in Japan wearing the 1906s. It's gonna happen.
Oh my god. That would be absolutely amazing. I think if that were the case, then it was just meant to be. That's all it is.
Yes.
But that's definitely on the top of my radar. Another one is I'm not sure if you've seen the photos from Joe Freshgoods on the New Balance
Oh
1000s. In those two colorways
yes.
that are coming out, the I want to say black ice and pink mink. I am absolutely obsessed. I actually love both colors. A lot of the time, I only like one of however many colors come out, but I am actually a really big fan of both colorways, considering they're both very different but still cohesive to each other.
Okay.
Um,
Mons is
but
excited for the
which
new
one?
Joe Fresh goods, everyone who can't hear her on the other side.
Yes.
But yeah, there are two different color variations. Which one are you most
hmm
excited for?
I'm a pink girl also, so I'm more excited
Okay.
for the pink, but
It's
I
kind of
feel
like
like it's
a
one of those
pearlescent
pairs.
pink, you think? Metallic-y kind of in the images.
It looks like a little mix of both. It looks like a little metallic pink, a little bit of like a baby pink or like a soft pastel pink, if you will. So I think it's a nice mesh of colors or like shades of pink, I guess you could say. That's why
Ah.
I'm really excited about it. But even the black ice is really pretty, I will say.
Yeah,
Um,
it's kind
but
of
which one do you prefer if you had to pick?
I think I would probably 100% pick the pink one.
Mhm,
I think just stylistically, that would be something I probably
mhm.
feel like I would wear a bit more, especially as we're getting into springtime. I feel like it's more of a
Oh yeah,
spring-y kind
definitely.
of color. I don't know if the black ice
Yeah,
is really year-round for me. I feel like that's more of a
that's true.
winter
Yeah,
shade or a fall shade,
I
but
would agree with you.
I don't hate
Mhm.
it. I think they're both good, and Joe Fresh Goods,
Yeah,
honestly, like his sneakers are so hard to
yeah.
get. So
I
who knows? We
know.
may have to go for
Gosh,
both Mons.
it is so tough the amount of raffles I have to enter, and oh my gosh, yeah, it's just trying to get all of the coveted sneakers. But and the other pair that I saw a photo of, I'm not sure if you also saw Verdi's potentially next collab with Nike SB, that Visty one. It looks exactly, or not exactly, but it definitely reminds me of the Baby Bear Nike SB lows that came out back in like '06, like that Three Bears pack. That is one of the pairs that I've been hunting for such a long time, but since it is like such an older sneaker, I definitely have a harder time trying to find one in my size and like in decent condition considering how old it is. But now that we have something like this coming out, I think that will satisfy everything that I'm looking for in terms of the sneaker. It is so cute. I am so obsessed with it.
Okay, we'll put more luck into the universe that you get that one too, Mons. Let's hope that you
Yeah,
just can
yeah,
stack up your suitcase, leave some room for sneakers. It
I
takes up
know,
the most space.
exactly. It
Someone's
definitely
asking
will.
about
That
Crocs, Mons. How do you feel
what
about
happened?
Crocs? Somebody's asking
How do I feel
our
about Crocs?
thoughts on buying. Imoha wants to know if he should get Crocs, everyone. So we're going to decide for him. I love Crocs. I think they're extremely comfortable.
I love Crocs. From a former hater of Crocs, I'm not gonna lie. Like I used to be one of those people like, why do you have Crocs? Da, da, da. Don't knock it till you try it, is what I'm gonna say.
Mons, everyone who can't see her, loves
Yeah, I love it.
Crocs. So if you can't hear
Yeah.
her, she loves
Yeah.
Crocs. And so there you have it, Imoha. I guess she should get them. I know Piglet's not a fan. Wait till
Mhm.
you try them, everyone. Though you're gonna absolutely love them, literally.
I think so.
Uh,
I think at least give it a try. Yeah.
right? At
I
least give
think
it a
it's
try.
always worth giving a try at least once. Um, which Crocs collab do I get?
Hmm.
I mean, there's so many.
I know there are a lot
Um,
of collabs.
I guess it kind of like depends what you're into. There are so many, I feel like as you know, there's so many Crocs collaborations that have come out recently. Like for example, like the Naruto ones that came out, which I
I
thought
knew
were
you were
really
gonna say
fun, and
that,
hopefully they
Mons.
come out with more characters.
I knew you were
You were the
gonna
one
say
that
the
brought it up a couple
Naruto.
weeks ago, so I think the
Uh
fact that
huh.
it was wrong. We
The
have to, we
Naruto
have to
Crocs.
bring it in. But I hope they bring out like more characters as a part of the collab because then I feel
Yeah,
like I would definitely be getting um, a
a
pair of
pair.
those for sure.
Wait, you
Yeah.
got the Demon Slayer ones though as well, right?
I didn't.
I feel
I
like I
thought
don't know
about
why I thought
that
you got
one. I
them.
passed on it. Um, because I do love my Demon Slayer, don't get me wrong, but I think I feel like because I know that there are a lot of collaborations coming out, maybe I'm just waiting for like the one. Because I also have like other Crocs as well, like the Drew
Hmm.
House ones. I have those. I have like my Sillehe Brimberry ones already. So it's like I want to be selective in the ones that I already have. and make sure that I'm not just buying it because I really like it, because I know some more like other collaborations will be coming out as well. So it's okay.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, and Ivor Kicks, girl. Good to see you in here. Another female YouTuber on our live for, you
Hello.
can't see
Yeah.
her on here, Mons, unfortunately. It's our live stream for
Mhm.
shorts on YouTube. But good to have you in here.
Oh,
Hope you've
okay,
been
no worries.
well. I feel like you may have
Yeah.
met an Ivor Kicks probably at one of the sneaker events. She goes to a lot of them. Or
Mhm.
no, this is not.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Wait, this is a different name. An eye for kicks, really? I feel like you have the same name as her almost. But she's another sneaker YouTuber as well, and she has a channel called An
Oh,
Eye for
that's awesome.
Kicks. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
really does some good stuff. Somebody's asking if I have
nice.
cherry chapstick for Supreme, and yes, actually, I do. I have
Oh,
a couple
nice.
of
You have it.
these. I don't know why that randomly
Nice.
came up and why I had this next to me, but here you have it. Yes, I do have the Supreme cherry chapstick. So I
Oh,
am
that's
a
so
cherry
nice.
chapstick user, but only Supreme. Let me show that for somebody who's like asking. You can see that
That
the
is
Supreme
really
logo is
cute.
on the side here.
Yeah, the Supreme logo. That's really cute, actually.
Cherry chapstick in the house. I know Rudy was
Oh, yeah.
asking about a sneaker. I haven't gotten to
Uh-huh.
it yet, Rudy. You have to be patient with me. I do have the 5 that you're talking about because I know you probably purchased already 5 pairs for yourself. That was the second pair Mons that I picked up this weekend, which are
Oh,
the
let's hear it.
olives. And these originally in this colorway released
Ooh.
back in
Mhm,
2006. So it's been 17
mhm,
years since we've seen this
mhm,
colorway. For those of you who
mhm,
haven't seen the olive tone, the main reason that these became pretty big was because the Undefeated Fours had released pretty much
mm,
around the same time as the Fives had.
mhm,
And that really made this color combination really
mhm,
popular. And
mhm,
finally, for those of you who fell in love with this,
mhm.
17 years ago, your time is
Here
now.
it
You can
is.
finally pick up a
Yes.
pair. Let me see if
Yeah.
I can show you, Mons, the material because this is really different. It's kind of like the
Yeah,
crafts.
I want to say, even from first glance, the materials and the quality itself look pretty good. What do you think now that you have them in hand?
Yeah, I mean, they're really high quality. Can you kind of see that it's like a little kind of
Yeah.
scratch effect going
Yes.
on?
Hmm.
It is
Yes,
suede
I can see
according
that.
to them, but it does feel a bit
Hmm.
more rough to the touch.
Right. It's nice. I feel like it's definitely a different take in the suede material, but still very nice looking. I like it.
Yeah, we've got the 3M tongue.
Hmm.
For those of you who can't see Mons on certain platforms, it's because we can only stream twice or double on certain places. So if you do want to see Mons, you can hop on TikTok, you can hop on our YouTube that's going
Hmm.
on the horizontal form. But for those of you who are jumping
Hmm.
on board with us on the shorts feed, I'm going to try and translate what Mons is saying since you can't also hear her. So it's kind of radio silence when I'm not talking, but I actually am talking to somebody in my ear, so don't think I'm talking to myself. I just thought about that, Mons, because they can't see you. So I was wondering
You're right.
on certain platforms if it sounds like I'm just like talking to the air.
I promise you all that can hear us in certain platforms that we're actually having a full-on conversation, so she's not talking to herself. And we will figure that at some point so that you'll be able to see me on all platforms moving forward. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna get this covered, Mons. Don't you worry. And
We're gonna figure it out
we are,
eventually. But
we
we
are.
appreciate you all for hanging in there and just being there
Uh-huh.
with us as we kind of go through the growing pains of going multiple platforms. That's
Right,
always
just
fun.
just so I'm not like an echo for you. People are like, "Why is she talking like this?" It sounds like she's kind of cutting her off, but I'm just echoing what Mons is saying basically so
Right.
that you guys are not hearing radio silence. You don't think I'm crazy and I'm talking by myself.
Oh my
Mons is
gosh.
out there, I promise you. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
same here.
mean, Rudy, you were too young then, but you got him now. So I'm super excited for, I think people
Mhm,
forget about this in the sneaker community is
mhm,
that, people go
mhm.
so crazy for certain colorways because they wait
Right.
years to decades
Mhm.
for, a colorway that maybe you missed out on to drop again. And for
Mhm.
people who maybe weren't able to cop this specific colorway 17 years ago,
Mhm.
you have to think about
Right.
them waiting for 17 years for it to come back.
Right. True.
And
Yeah.
that's why people do tend to go crazy over, certain colorways when they drop. This
Mhm.
one, is actually, I think, still
Oh.
available
Mhm.
in certain sizes.
I believe it is. Or actually, when I was looking earlier, there are some grade school sizes available. I did not see men's, but I don't know if it just was not showing up on my app. But I did see
Yeah.
some sizes still there for anyone that might still be interested.
Yeah, I think it's available like certain retail stores that carry Jordans
Mm,
and
right.
other
Yeah.
retailers online. I've seen like a bit
Yeah.
more flexibility with sizes. There's not
Yeah.
really resell on these right now,
Hmm.
which is definitely always
Hmm.
like an insider way of
Hmm.
figuring out whether or not, sneakers might still be kind of available in certain stores, or
True.
you should
Yeah,
just
that's
go
true.
in and ask, which is always what I do. I'm like, hey, do you have these
Yeah,
sitting around?
I
They're like,
mean,
oh.
you never know. I feel like sometimes there's always some available in the back, or they just don't have it out on the floor and stuff. So, I mean, especially with a sneaker like this, there's no harm in
Let me
asking.
hold
We're
it
still saying
up
no.
close
So,
for everybody again, for those of you who are just dropping in. Yeah, I mean, and I love olive. Like, I'm pretty biased. I know Mons, you're a big olive fan too.
I do too. Hmm.
But again, these are
Hmm.
225,
Yeah.
so I feel like that is a huge part as to like
Hmm.
why these tend to sit a bit longer. Not to say they won't sell out, because
Yeah.
again, I think there's this misconception of a
Hmm.
sneaker selling out the day of.
Hmm.
That does not matter to a
Right.
brand as long as they sell out a product
Hmm.
eventually. Like, that's still considered a sneaker
Hmm.
selling out. So whether it takes a week or a month,
Yeah.
this
Hmm.
sneaker, I do think in
Hmm.
time people will gravitate towards it, especially when
Hmm.
they find out it's been 17 years since its last release in this
That's
colorway.
true. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, but
so
I mean, the shoe itself is very beautiful. So if you love the fives, if you love this one specifically, I think it's a great cop for anyone who's looking to add it to their collection. So
show that embroider on the back too here if I can. Oh,
yeah.
there it goes.
Oh yeah, it's
Um,
embroidered. It's really nice.
yeah, it's embroidered in the back.
Hmm.
Can kind of see the texture better there too on
Hmm.
the back. I'm like trying to show it to all my
Yes,
cameras so
definitely.
everybody can see it.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know. I'm like looking over here and then I'm looking over here to
Now
see that
you're in
they're
my
all
head,
in frame.
basically, Mons. You can kind of see all the different cameras and things I'm looking at. I'm literally
I know. I'm
looking,
just like looking at all the angles.
right? So, but congrats to anyone who was able to, cop a pair of
Hmm.
these, especially Rudy. I know that you probably got more than just one pair. You probably got like five of these just to hold on to, because you never know. And it did come actually
Hmm.
with a box that matched. So I usually don't show
Hmm.
boxes, but,
Oh, nice.
Jordan surprises us sometimes, and they give us a special box to actually match the sneakers that they release. This
We
one
always have to
matches
see
it.
the packaging, especially when it's, extra special. Oh, that's
Oh,
really
wait.
nice.
Sorry, Mons. I'm
Definitely
like,
different from what we
did I
usually
get the
see,
camera?
so I think that's nice.
Okay. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
got the
No,
olive
we can see it.
green and the
Yeah, it looks
orange.
good.
I totally was covering my
Mhm.
face, so I'm like, wait, am I
No,
actually
I'm fine.
showing the box to everyone? Can you see this?
No, 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 you are, trust me. I would have told him, like, it's kind of out of frame.
Move it to the right. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that was pretty much my pickups for
Nice.
this past week. There's a couple
Mhm.
releases, I guess, coming out for Jordan this
Mhm.
week as well.
Mhm.
But it's going to be pretty
Mhm.
light. I feel like this is a great time for us to
Yeah.
both be traveling moms, because it's not too
I think
crazy.
I completely agree with you. I hope I I hope I don't miss anything crazy, but it doesn't seem like I will. At least I'm crossing my fingers. But if something does come up, I probably will just have to ask some friends that are still here in the US to help me out if that's the case. But yeah, I'm hoping that everything that I'm looking for I'll be able to get my hands on, but we'll see. So I'm still very much enjoying the kind of like slow pace that we're going at, to start off the year, just so it's not as overwhelming when trying to get
Hmm.
every single sneaker possible, and we can kind of just like still ease into the year and just look forward to some really great releases for the remainder. So
Yeah.
and it's good for my wallet. So
That too. Somebody was asking if we're going for I think he's talking about the gold metallic fours. I mean, I think those
oh,
are
I
really
see.
nice. I got the
Hmm.
ones. I feel like,
Hmm.
do I need both? I don't really know.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I do like that, Jordan's mixing it up, especially it's going to be another
Hmm.
women's exclusive.
Yes. Hmm.
So we'll see. I don't know if I need it, I guess. As Mons and I are talking about being a little
Right.
bit pickier, I don't know if it's a need, but do I like it? I actually
Yeah.
really like it. And if you're a
Hmm.
four fan, I think, the metallic
Yeah.
gives it a little bit of a dressier
Hmm.
feel. So you can dress it up a little bit or not. You don't need
Yep.
both.
Hmm.
Thank you for
Yeah.
being my word of wisdom, Imoha over here. He's like the one guy. I have like two people on my shoulders, right, in the communities. Somebody's telling me no on this side, and the other's telling me yes on this side.
And the other one's like the enabler.
Right, the angel and the devil.
Um,
Somebody is saving for Jordan
yep.
11 cap and gown. Don't care if they are older releases, they're underrated. Trevor, hey, older releases, it doesn't matter. Like, there are sneakers that I still want
We
to
get
save
older
up
releases all
for.
the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that have come
Hmm.
out, years before. I definitely,
Yeah.
think, especially if like you're not interested in anything coming out for recent releases, it's always worth noting and
Hmm.
reaching back for older
Hmm.
variations that you maybe fell in love with at
Hmm.
a point in time, and really
Hmm.
just reaching after sneakers that you really know you're going to
Hmm.
wear. I still have to do some
Yeah.
spring cleaning and refresh, what I'm going through
I do
packing, Mons. I'm sure you're going to
too.
go through this too, but it's kind of like, I
Yeah.
always have to style my each look by the sneaker, and I've been kind of doing that, but now
Hmm.
I'm like, how am I going to pack all these
Hmm.
sneakers? This is going to be interesting.
I think that's always the tough part, especially when I go international, because I have specific looks in my mind, but I also have to think about how practical it is for me to be wearing specific sneakers. So as much as I
Mm-hmm.
want to bring like a Jordan or, like a Nike,
Mm-hmm.
realistically speaking, I want to have a comfortable or sets of comfortable sneakers with me because that's what's going to
Mm-hmm.
last me throughout the long, long days of walking. So yeah, it's always a struggle, and I always try my best to do kind of like a very neutral color palette when it comes to sneakers. However, that doesn't necessarily always pan out that way. So I think I
Mm-hmm.
always have that translate to like my outfits as well, as that as neutral as possible, where we can still mix and match, but we still have those pops of color. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to your outfits though
Thanks, girl. I'm looking
for your
forward to yours. We're
trips.
gonna have to like compare our outfits, maybe combine
Yeah.
a video of some kind. For those of you who didn't hear Mon, she's
Oh, that would
basically
be
talking about
fun.
her Japan trip and
Mhm.
how she is
Mhm.
thinking more on the comfort side of things, which is it's smart because the first day Mon's is really the
Mhm.
telltale of like, why didn't I bring this shoe? And I've always had those moments where I'm just like, and then you end up
Yeah,
buying sneakers honestly on your trip that you don't need because you need a good walking
right.
shoe. And now
Yep.
with
Mhm.
your branching out into Asics and New Balance and all these
Yeah.
other brands, Moms, I'm excited for you. You're gonna have like a full, comfortable suitcase of sneakers.
I'm very excited.
Somebody
And
says
plus they're
they're
not as heavy, I find, compared to other sneakers that I have. It's just they're very, we can compress them
see.
and they don't take up as much space as other sneakers, so that
You're
I
not
can
bringing
also
this,
appreciate.
Moms?
And
This was one of my
oh yeah,
ever sneakers. But these are so comfy. I don't know how long you've worn these throughout the day. Does it kind of
they
feel
are
like you're on
though.
a
They're
squishy
deceivingly
marshmallow?
comfortable. Yes. Yeah, they are deceivingly comfortable, everyone. For those who don't think so, they are. And I feel like those sneakers are one of those sneakers where you have to try it on first before you make assumptions on what they on
Somebody's
what
like,
they feel
what
like.
are those,
So
Moms?
the
These are the
test
cactus
they're
plant flea
comfy.
markets.
For those who don't know that sneaker, uh,
Yeah.
probably one of the wildest releases from last year, I will
Mm-hmm.
say, but very,
We'll
very
take up your
fun
whole suitcase, right,
nonetheless.
Mons?
Oh, for sure. That's probably like my whole personal item or like carry on.
Is that a Stanley Cup you're drinking out of, Mons?
It sure is. It's just,
Of
no
course,
collab or
Mons.
anything, but just, you know, just a very simple. I actually got this as a Christmas gift, so I didn't purchase it on my own accord, but I do love it. It is more of like I don't take it out though. This is like my home water bottle. Um, Especially since the straw is exposed and I use something else for when like I go out. But you gotta stay hydrated, everybody. Um,
Gotta stay hydrated. I
but
know. I that kind of looks like my Stanley Cup though, the one I got at Sundance. It's kind of the same color scheme. I haven't
oh,
used it
nice.
yet, but yeah, I love the Stanley Cups.
I do love it.
Congrats to everybody who's took W's on Stanley Cups this year.
I know. Yeah, it's been very wild to see all of these videos with regards to Stanley Cups and just the
Yes.
hype around it. It's just it's interesting. But I can't say
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand considering we're coming from like a sneaker standpoint. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, they're cool. Someone's asking on our shorts live, what are some sneakers you can't wait to rock
Mhm.
once spring comes? Good question. Well, I think we could both agree on this
Ooh.
one, Mons, which is the new Joe Fresh goods and that pearlescent pink colorway
Oh,
if we can get it.
absolutely.
We'll put it out
Yeah,
in the
if we can get it,
universe,
that's definitely the one pair
right?
that I'm looking forward to wearing. Um, I mean, I think it also kind of depends on where you're living because at least from where I stand, the weather's pretty consistent. So I feel like I don't have to wait for certain seasons to wear a specific sneaker. Like if I feel
Mm-hmm.
like wearing it, I'll wear it. But I guess that just kind of comes with the perks of living in California. But
Yes.
um, let me turn around. I don't even know because
I'll
I kind of just like
translate
wear what I
everyone
feel
for
like.
those of you who can't
Whatever
see
the mood.
Mons, but she's saying basically she is okay to just wear whatever
Yeah.
she wants basically for the springtime. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
I also just go based on the outfit that I'm
Yeah.
kind of wearing, and if it works with the
Mhm.
sneaker, then it works with the
Right.
sneaker.
Then perfect.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Exactly.
perfect. But yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like there's been so many great colorways in the past like few years
Mhm.
that have come out where I feel like we have probably between me and you, Mons, the perfect
Mhm.
amount to last all of spring if we wore
Mhm.
a different sneaker every day.
Oh, definitely. Oh, for sure. If we
Trying to
decided to do a
think.
challenge of some sort where we can
I
wear
mean,
one, I'm sure
I've
we
had this
can finish that
forever.
no problem.
You have the Sean Witherspoons as well,
Oh,
right,
I love
Mons?
that one.
Do you have this one?
Yes, I do. I have that
Yeah.
pair. Yep, I do. It's right there if you can see it.
I
Yeah, it's
mean,
there.
and we
But
both
yes,
had
one of
these
my
for a
favorites as
while,
well.
right?
Yeah.
Great spring color though, right?
Mhm. Oh, absolutely. Definitely gives Easter like an Easter colorway vibes. Like any pastel type of sneaker is what I gravitate towards, I guess, during
I
the
think this will be
springtime.
a good one for
But even that,
me.
like I would still wear that during the spring too.
It's got
Yeah.
patent white leather because I feel like I'm going to be
Right.
wearing a lot more
Mhm.
white.
Yeah. No, that one's really cute too.
Trying
Let
to
me
think
see.
of like
Yeah, I
what
mean,
else.
I've
I
been wearing
haven't
a lot of
wore these
green,
in
so of course I'm gonna be
forever.
wearing more green.
I haven't wore
Let
my
me see what I
Sakai's in
have.
a really long time, but I feel like this is always a
Same
good
here.
color combination to
That one's a good
wear
one. Yeah, I love that
in the
one.
springtime.
I'm curious, do you get yours dirty like in the back part? Because I don't know if it's just the way that I walk, but I kid you not, every time I wear this pair out, it
Let me
always
see if I
gets
can
dirty.
show
Yeah,
you.
right
It's
there.
so hard to see because it's white, but yeah,
Yeah,
mine get really dirty on the back. I wonder if it's just the cut
yeah,
of it, the
same.
fish cut.
I think that might be it. Yeah, like I don't know if it's just the way that I walk or something, but I tend to always get those dirty.
Think
Let's
of
see
what
what else
else is a
here.
good
I
spring
love
shoe. I feel like my X-Men, I might have to
uh,
bring those out. Verified to continue. Drop
oh
this
yeah, I wore
piece.
those. I wore mine the other day, my storm color ones. Oh yeah, it's not in the box, so I wore them. I don't know where I put them. They're probably in my garage somewhere.
That was
Um,
so weird, Mons. I had to
oh, my
do
street
like a
hat.
verification on TikTok to verify that it was me. I don't know if my stream cut out while I
Right
was
now.
doing that. Yeah, like I had to verify that
No,
I'm a
it
real
didn't.
person. I felt like I was just going for a drop everyone for a second on my live on TikTok. How dare you make me do that and stress me out for no reason?
On TikTok though, like can't you see that you're on live and that you're a real person? Oh
Yeah,
my
like
gosh.
it made me
Uh,
verify on here. How crazy is that? I'm just like, what the?
oops, wait. There we go.
TikTok thinks you're a robot. Everyone, I'm real. I promise I'm not AI. Mons is real too.
I know we're having an actual conversation right now
Right.
on the internet. So,
What kit
oh
tee are you
gosh.
wearing right now, Mons?
Oh, it's here. I'll show
I
you.
can't
Actually, I'll
see
turn
it.
around and
I've
then
been
you'll know
trying to
right
read
away.
your tee this whole time, and I can't like see it. I
Hold on.
almost can
Let me
see
see
her.
if you can see it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know there was a massive graphic on the back.
Yeah, and then it has like her signature in the front too. I actually
Oh,
really
nice.
wanted like another shirt as well, but my husband got me this one, which I was really excited about, and I was like, yes, I had to.
Is
Yeah.
that the
And
vintage
I don't think
tee as well? Is it
yes,
a
so I thought
vintage
it was
fit?
my it is, yeah. It's kind of a bit of a faded black, which I think really fits the aesthetic of the collection itself. And at least like I know that I'm not destroying the shirt either, where you know how like you can tell when it's been faded after so many washes. But this one did come a little bit more of like that vintage black. So yeah,
Nice.
definitely
I
one of my
prefer the
favorite
vintage
occasions.
black. It looks so good on
I do too.
Ty.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ty. I appreciate it. If you guys aren't also following Mons on all of her platforms,
Mhm.
she is on pretty much every platform. So if you don't follow her on TikTok, go check her
Yeah.
out on
Mhm.
there, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. There's so many platforms, Mons. I
Mhm.
just am like
I know there
going
are
through all of
so
them.
many platforms now, but I'm on all of them. So, yeah, let's connect on there too if you really enjoy listening to our basically like our podcast with She Speaks Sneakers. We of course like both put out all of our own content. So yeah, it's super super fun. Mons, where do I follow you? Well, I have the same like social media handle across basically all the platforms. So it's underscore AKA Mons for anyone who's curious. It's like underneath my name right here. Oh, and if you're watching on TikTok, I'm pretty sure you can, it's the same.
Yeah. This is my Easter shoe, everyone. Somebody asked that. But yeah, go follow
Oh, no,
Mons,
that's a, yeah.
everyone. Mons, do you have the Vomero 5s? I can't remember if you got a pair of Vomeros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the DB Vomeros. That's the only Vomero I have though. So they're very bright. They're very fun. They're kind of like that orange and yellow colorway, which I absolutely love. But if I were to pick a season to wear that one, that was more definitely a summer shoe
Summer
because of
shoe,
how
yeah.
bright and fun they are. But I think it would be a nice like transition shoe too. But that's the only pair of Vomeros I have. I'm trying to get more neutral ones just so I have a pair of like Nike comfortable shoes as well. Not to say that I don't have
Photon
any,
dust,
but I think just
Mons.
more like that's it.
Photon
I
dust are
know
coming
I have to
out.
get
You
the
got to
photon
get those,
dust.
girl. That's the
Ah,
ones.
yeah,
So for those of
no, I
you,
have
somebody
to
was
get
asking
them.
on the shorts. So Mons has the
Yeah,
Devon, or it's the Dornbecker, right?
Rebecca.
That's the
Yep.
pair. Yeah.
Hmm.
So she has the Dornbecker. I have the Vomeros in
Hmm.
every colorway. Honestly, that's a great travel sneaker too. For those of you,
It
yeah,
is.
Ty's saying it's the most
Mhm.
comfortable shoe ever. I'm obsessed with them.
It is
I
very comfortable.
literally wear a
I am
Vomero
as well.
5 every week.
Hmm.
There's another, I mean, there's so many different like comfortable pairs I feel like I like for each brand. It just kind of
Hmm.
depends what I
I
gravitate
think so too.
towards more, right? But definitely Vomero
Yeah.
5
No,
is
I
a great
completely agree with
shoe.
you.
Thoughts
Yeah,
on
I mean, every
undefeated
brand will
Nike?
have like their best shoe available, like when you want to travel. But at the same time, like it's all very subjective. A lot of people still decide to wear one shoe where I wouldn't pick that myself necessarily. So it's all very well like what works best for you and your body and what is most comfortable to you. Because I can give, my recommendations, but they may not be your favorite as well. So yeah, I mean, maybe we should go through some of our favorite picks at another live of just some like best travel, sneakers that we like and stuff. I think that'd be
Mm-hmm.
really, especially since you travel a lot as well. So, of course,
Yes,
that would be
travel
really fun.
sneakers are
Mhm.
essential. Somebody was actually
Mhm.
asking about your thoughts on the
Mhm.
upcoming Verdi Nike SB, which you spoke a little bit
Mhm.
about.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Raylan, we'll let Mons take it here.
Well, I'm very, very excited about that one. I think I brought it up earlier in the live, and it reminds me of the Three Bears Nike SB collab that came out years and years ago. That's definitely one of the pairs that I've been searching for ever since I started my sneaker journey. So I think that now that we have something similar that has come to the forefront, and it is very much an Easter shoe, in my opinion, because of all
Mm-hmm.
the pastel colors. And it seems like it's inspired by Visti, Verdi's like plush that came out. So it's super, super cute. If you haven't seen any photos of it, I think you should check it out because I think it's just like a really, really fun sneaker. And the fact that it's playing a lot with different materials, kind of like that fluffy material, definitely one to look out for, in my opinion, if you're, looking for a really fun pastel like Easter shoe. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a great one. Somebody's asking, do you
Yeah.
travel with shoe bags? or do you own any travel shoe bags? I personally only have duster bags that come with the
Mhm,
sneakers themselves.
mhm,
But
mhm,
sometimes when I'm really, I guess,
mhm,
overpacking, I can't even pack them in the
mhm.
bags just because there's no way for me to force them in
Yeah,
there. What about you, Mons? Do you have bags that you
right.
use? Travel shoe
I
bags?
typically do because I try to separate that, especially if, for example, in carry-on, I try to have like extra clothing just in case, God forbid, something happens with my check-in. I want to make sure that I have, some set items with me. But because of that, I tend to separate it. The ones that I've used in the past, I have like the private label. If you're familiar with that company, they sell a lot of great like sneaker bags, and I got one of their. I have one right here. Oh, perfect. I have one right here to show you guys. I thought I had it here, but it's like one of these.
Ah.
Um, yeah. Oh, and it fits like all of my bulkier ones as well. So it's like a clear one. And because it's like, a very malleable material, you can kind of just like stuff it where you need to and it can fit where you need to, has a little handle.
All
I
right,
only have
Mons,
one of these
give us
though,
the
but
brand name.
other ones that I
Who's
use.
it by?
Oh yeah, sorry. I don't know if
So
you can
Angel.
see it. Private label. Okay. In here.
Okay, private
Wait,
label. There you
I'm covering
go,
my face so I know
Angel.
you can see it.
Private label. So for
Private
those of you
label.
looking
So
for
that's
some
what I
travel
have.
bags, Mons holding up a private
Right.
label bag.
Yeah. So, and then yeah, this is kind of like what it looks like a little bit. Kind of has, well, it's super dirty now. Don't mind that because I use it all the
It's
time.
okay. That means you're
Um,
wearing your sneakers,
but you get the
Mons.
idea.
So yeah, yeah.
You get the
You like
idea.
to use it.
Yeah, I mean, I use it all the time, and this is just like one of the bags that I use. I have other ones that kind of come with some of the other suitcases that I have. They're like, it's kind of like the same material, kind of like that nylon material. So I wouldn't say it's waterproof, but it'll kind of like keep everything together. So yeah, that's typically what I use.
Well,
But
there
yeah,
you have it, everyone. If you're looking for a
yeah,
great travel bag, Mons
a
has
lot
got
of
you
great
covered over
questions
there. I feel
today.
like we got to get you an affiliate link or
Yeah,
something for them, Mons.
I know, right? Oh my gosh, you have to look into it. But yeah, a lot of great questions today.
Yeah. We've been on everyone actually for over an hour
Mm.
now. The hour always flies by with you,
Yeah,
Mons.
mhm.
We always try and
It
save a little
does.
bit
It
for
always.
anime, and I just feel like it just runs out. We may just have to do a specific anime live once a
I
month or
think we
something.
will do specific.
Especially
Yeah,
when you
I
come
think we
back
should
from
do that when we
Asia.
have our planned lives. We're gonna do it. Oh my gosh, I'm
Yes.
definitely gonna be sharing all of the merch I end up buying because I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be it's gonna be a lot. So, yeah, maybe we can kind of specify a live when I come back in April, just to have like a specific anime episode. I think that'll be so much fun.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know in the chat as well
Yeah.
if any of you are interested in Mons and I doing a She Speaks anime or
Mhm.
something. Mons is going to bring us
Yeah.
back gifts. Yes, she can afford to bring everyone in the chat right now back gifts from Japan for sure. Mons, no. Mons like, I
Oh
am going
yeah,
to go broke.
all the things. Yes. For sure.
But definitely so happy that all of you were able to join us live with Mons and I. We are going to probably be taking
Mhm.
just a couple week break because Mons, again, is going to be traveling.
Mhm.
I'm going to be traveling as well. But I guess it'll give us some
Mhm.
time to talk about some pickups within that time frame.
Mhm.
Hopefully, you don't need to buy another suitcase, Mons, on
Yeah.
your way back. But I don't think I would, be disappointed if you
Oh,
did. Louis
I always
Vuitton
bring
and
an
Gucci
empty
from
one,
Asia.
actually. So, yeah.
Smart. Very smart.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
uh Somebody says, oh, yeah. Yes. Thank you for the safe travels, everyone. Again, if you're not already subscribed to my
Yeah,
channels
thank you
right
so
now, be sure
much.
to subscribe on my TikTok,
Mhm.
subscribe on my YouTube channel, my LinkedIn channel if we're streaming on there
Mhm.
now, subscribe to Instagram,
Mhm.
subscribe to Twitter. We're on Reddit. We're everywhere, basically. Just subscribe on every social platform and go
Everywhere.
and subscribe to Mons as well. She's underscore AKA Mons. And I hope that you all have an amazing
Hmm.
rest of your week. We're going to have some amazing content when we get back, me and my team from South by Southwest. Also going to have some content on this weekend with Lionsgate out in Catalina Island. So I'm excited to share that with all of you. But it's always just such a pleasure doing these lives with you, Mons. So thank you again for hopping on with me. And
Likewise, of
yeah,
course.
safe travels to you as well. That's you have a bit of a
Safe travel.
longer
No, safe travel.
li-
You.
you have a longer, I guess, a longer flight than I do. Just a little bit,
That's
right?
okay. I mean, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Yeah, just a little bit longer, but that's okay. I'm just really looking forward to the whole experience. But thank you so much
Oops.
for the safe travels. And, likewise to you, I hope you have safe travels on your trips upcoming. So, and thank you all also
Thanks,
for joining us
Mons.
for today's live.
Yes.
Always a great time.
We appreciate all of you. And we'll catch you all on our
Mhm.
next one. So we'll see you all later and wishing you all W's for the rest of the week.